thousands, and we'll grow.
Cool, awesome. So, are you enough? And of course, the answer is yes, of course, you are enough, but and oftentimes we don't feel in that way. And the thing is, to move up, to for us to feel that we are enough and to move levels up in life, we have to hold ourselves accountable and ask ourselves um, high engaging questions. Like pulling ourselves on our bullshit is the most important way to move forward. And by doing that, just constantly ask myself questions. It's like today, I said, "Oh, I'm tired from football. My body's tired, and I probably won't work out." And I'm like, "John, that's bullshit. Go work out. You know you're supposed to, and you can do a weight session and you can do upper body." And so being able to call yourself out on your bullshit is going to be the key to actually getting to your success. And the most important thing that we can invest in is actually our mind. You know, the real estate between the ears. It's the best investment that you can ever make because no one can take that away from you. No one can take away that your knowledge and to move forward. Like for example, let's say if you own a house, the house could get taken away from you. Financial crisis happened, blah blah blah. The house was taken away from you, but the real estate between the ears, no one can actually take that away from you. And so investing in yourself is the best thing that you can actually do. And as well to achieve everything in the mind, as we found out on this journey, that's why I preach so much mindset is actually working on the mind and trying to have mindset shifts to keep on moving those levels up. So, and at times it can be actually quite hard to move forward because of um, tall poppy syndrome, right? But it actually, like tall poppy syndrome is a problem in New Zealand and Australia, and it's pretty much that if you want to rise above and you want to be better, everyone around you wants to cut you down because they want to be on the same playing field as you, and then they're jealous. But it actually starts within ourselves in our own reality that we don't feel that we are enough, and that's when imposter syndrome comes. That we got this great opportunity, we got this job offer, we have this great business that we've created, that we got to our goal for double digits, but we feel like we don't deserve it for some reason, and that comes with tall poppy syndrome and the imposter syndrome of ourself. So we have to manage those thoughts and have control over them. And you are a gift. You are a gift. There's something incredible about you. You're unique. You're special. And when you think about it, and someone said it to me, it's like in the whole time of history, there's only been one John Giamatti. Yes, maybe someone down the line could have had the same name as John Giamatti, but they weren't like you. They didn't have the same DNA as you. They weren't exactly the same as you. They didn't have the same characteristics. They didn't have the same determination. They didn't have this and that. There's only been one crystal in the world. In the whole time of history, there's only been one crystal. In the whole time of history, there's only been one Glenda. And that's a powerful thing. One drop in the ocean might not be much in the ocean, but the ocean will never be the same again. Mother Teresa quote. It's very powerful. And to change and to level up and to go into the next level, you don't need a season or you don't need an event. Oh, summer's coming, a holiday's coming. You just have to make a decision that now's the day. Moving forward, today's the day that I'm not going to be the same ever again. And too busy, right? Welcome to 2030. Because the people that say they're too busy, right? It means that they're just shifting it on the rug. And too busy to me just means it's not important enough. I'm too busy doing other things that are more important than my health and fitness. But 10 years will go by, and you've put on 20 kilos. And then you'll be like, wow, I wish I really did something about this 10 years ago. And like, when was the last time you actually like backed yourself? When was the last time you looked in the mirror and said, fuck, I love myself? Like, what I see is that it is amazing. I love this person. I look back and I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, I'm proud of this person. And for a long time, even with myself, I couldn't do that. But I had to work on it. I had to work on it, and I had to try and level up myself to the best of my abilities. And then when you're doing the best you can, when you're owning your workout, when you're owning your nutrition, when you're being a good partner, when you're being a good family member, being a good friend, and you're doing good at work, and everything's going, you're doing the best that you can, then you're able to do this. And you're attacking yourself by overthinking. I used to do this all the time. I used to overthink anything, and I'm like, oh, should I work out? Should I not? Should I work out? Should I not? Should I do work? Should I not? And like going around in circles in my own brain, and it will lead to procrastination. And I was actually attacking myself. So what I recommend, it's 10% what you want. So goal setting, a bit of goal setting, 20% on where you're going, and 70% of go. Because if you spend too much time on where you want to go or what you want, it's not enough. You need to actually do it in the go, And there's a thing actually which is interesting, that when people goal set, some people over goal set, and what actually happens is they get the same fulfillment. They feel that 10% of actually achieving the goal, and they don't actually do anything. And if you think you can do it, you're already there. If you think that you can lose weight, you're going to lose weight. If you actually deep down don't think that you can pull this off long term, you're not going to lose the weight. You have to believe in yourself that this is your time. Whatever it takes, I will do. No matter what happens, I will do this. And that's when it actually changed. The belief is so strong. You have to build a belief. And the easiest way to build belief is when someone else believes in you, and then you action it. And that's why coaching is so powerful, because I believe in everyone in double digit coaching, and my belief and the coach's belief and everyone in the program's belief, even if you don't 100% believe in yourself, you can still action it. And by actions, you grow your own belief. And that's how you raise your self-belief. That's how you raise your self-belief, is by action, action, action. Take borrow belief, and be before you are, and you will become. And like, are you living in the now? Are you living like when I talk to people that living 10 years ago, or back in high school when I was in the first 15 and I was 8% body fat? It's like, you're not living there anymore, and you have to enjoy the now. Every stages of life, there's positives and there's negatives, right? There's positives and negatives. When I was 16, there wasn't really any consequences, but I couldn't really do what I really wanted to do. Now I have responsibilities, but I've got more freedom to do stuff and stuff like that. And if I want to go on holiday, I can, and vice versa. Every stage of life is something new. And this is me. I've always felt that I was just, stuffing everything up, and that I was just a mess. And I'll do one thing, and as soon as I I failed, I'm like, wow, I'm fucking everything up. I'm just gonna stop, and like I'm just gonna give up. And what's the point? I'm bad. I'm lazy. All those negative self talks would go through my head. And the thing is, when this happens, you just need to take a step back and relax and breathe. Just breathe, change your state, and do something that you like, and be in a more positive state of mind. And like, I talk to some people, and like, they have little digs here and there saying John, this mindset stuff is bullshit. And I find that really interesting. That we live in a generation where that people get depressed and stuff like that because they only have 1,000 followers on Instagram, and they get into a depressive state. They get in a depressive state from that, or they don't have they don't have that Kim Kardashian body, so they get into a depressed state from that. And the thing is that like if you look at all the COVID things that have happened, all the people who um who passed away in that, I always look back to war times. Like we had our grandparents and great grandparents went out to war, and then you have people nowadays complaining of only having 1,000 likes on Instagram and getting in a depressed state about that. And I think that is a lot more bullshit than believing in mindfulness and teaching people about mindset and how to enjoy their life and how to be in a positive state. So no one can actually save you. I can't save anyone. I can lead you. I can lead a horse to water, but it's up to you if you drink the water, and you can only save yourself. So listening to what I say, listening to what the other coaches say, like Glenda, everything like that, and that's the way you can save yourself. But I can't do the exercises for you. I can't eat the nutrition food for you. I can't meditate for you. And you have so much more to give than you can think. And what you do to move is by working on yourself. And when you work on yourself, you can help others. And then you grow and you grow and you grow. And then you level up and then you level up and you level up. And then all of a sudden, in 12 months, 18 months time, you look back and you won't even recognize yourself. And I have this phase, these 4 questions to ponder. I think I've told this to Glenda before. Have you seen this before, Glenda? Yeah. So why? Like, why try? Why bother? Why? Like, why? We could just go through life just being average, or take what's given to us, like whatever. Why? Right? Why even bother? But the second question is why not? Why not see what we can do and see how far we can go and what we can do and what we can achieve and in every life. Let's see how fit we can get. Let's see like the body we can get. Why not see how far we can go at work and be the person that we want to be? The third thing is why not you? Why not you be the next big thing? Why not you whatever you're passionate about, be the very best at that? Why not you? And why not now? What a perfect time to start to be the best person you can be, or even the best in your industry or whatever you want to do. Why not now? It doesn't have to be in an industry. You could be in your own right the best parent or or whatever. But why not now? What a perfect time to start. And being 100% you and the best you can be, and always looking to level up, because life is a game, and life is a game that we all play. But it's your game, your own reality. You are the MVP of your own life. You are the head actor, or the leading act of your own life. And just level up as much as you can and enjoy the ride. And there's going to be curveballs and challenges, but these challenges are just an opportunity to grow stronger, just like weights. When you start with weights, you start really low, and then eventually you build up. Or if you get good at running, you can only run 1K, and that's okay. In a few weeks' time, you can run 2Ks. Eventually, you run 5, and eventually you run 10, and eventually you run 20, and you get better and better and better, and you get stronger. And that's what's the beautiful thing of life, is that you start not so good, and then eventually you get good. And excuses equals lazy. Oh, John, I just got busy at work and I couldn't do my exercise. That's an excuse, and that's laziness. If somebody else can do it, if you think about it, there's probably someone else out there that has it, are probably busier than you, and then they still are able to exercise and do what they need to do nutrition wise. Cool, and that's pretty much what I'm saying. Cool. And yeah, this is just about if you're in a challenging state, if you get into the challenging state, like what can you do? How can we reverse this challenging state? Shit's hit the fan, you don't feel like exercising, you don't feel like doing anything, what can you do? And I recommend doing something that you like. And exercise is a great way to change your state, even if you go for a walk. Like, you wait, like, I don't know, let's say having a bad day, and then all of a sudden you decide to go for a beach walk with your partner or whatever, and then all of a sudden you just feel so much better because you're combining nature gets us into a positive state, and so does exercise. And those are my two favorite things. And like one of my places that, because I've got a lot of anchors towards it, and is like a soccer field. Being alone on a soccer field, kicking a ball is one of my favorite places to go. So I guess I'll put you on mute. I'll just unmute you, Glenda. You gonna work? Hello?
Yep. Hello.
Cool. Crystal, I still unmute.
Yep.
Hello. All right, Glenda, you go first.
Yeah.
When's
My
your
favorite.
yeah?
Yeah, my safe place really, or
Yeah.
escapism or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one would be just to grab my earphones and listen to my favorite band.
Mhm.
Or I've actually got Mindset app on my phone, and I just again put my earphones in and listen to some meditation just to try and get centered again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Love it. Very good, Glenda. And Crystal?
I actually have one of yours on here. Nature is
Yeah.
mine. Like I go for a bloody bush or something like that, or lay out on an empty beach, or
Mhm.
even jump in a bloody four-wheel drive and go up four-wheel drive tracks. And music as well.
Cool.
I
Awesome.
I listen to way too much music.
That's
Right.
okay. That's all good.
That's
Cool.
why I've actually got a plan for next Thursday morning, which is
Oh yeah.
surprising for me. I never do things that like more than a few days in advance. While my car's getting worked on, I'm just going to do laps around the block
Good. That's awesome. Good work. Nice.
because I'm getting
Very
a
good.
new radio put into my car. That way I can answer phone calls and I can listen to my music in my car.
Oh, and get into that good state. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the next topic is growing or dying, right? If you settle and if you don't keep on moving forward and you don't go to that next level, the reverse is going to be happening. If you aren't challenged and if you don't break through to the next levels, the reverse is going to happen, right? So if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. It's the famous saying. So always growing and becoming better. And right, so this is something that I was told today, and I found it really cool. So we have right, we have a problem. We have a problem, and we're like, okay, we're like, oh wow, like I've gained 2 kilos. Like what's gonna happen? And then what happens is that we get into emotion, and then we have stories, and we make a story of what's gonna go on, and then we have facts. So we've got the stories and then facts. So is this a story that we're just creating, or is it a fact? Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if things are going right, we have to. Are we going into an emotional plane, and then are we actually just making stories support the emotion, support the problem, and then that equals an excuse? Or are we looking at the facts and actually I didn't do my nutrition and I didn't do my exercise and I didn't do what I needed to do. Yeah, and so that I saw that and I thought it was really true and truly powerful. So always look at the facts instead of acting in a place of emotion. Cool?
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Any takeaways, guys?
No.
I like challenge the bullshit. I thought that was really a nice reminder, because you can get so ingrained in believing the emotion and your own stories, and you've got to stop and challenge, which kind of, you started with that and ended with that, so it was quite nice.
Mm,
Yeah.
100%. Thank you, Glenda. And Crystal?
A bit like the fucking up part. Feel like you're fucking up, you gotta take a step back and breathe.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I can be a chronic overthinker on like tiny little minute things that nobody really pays attention to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And the excuse equals laziness. So I broke that rule today.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I had a perfectly good excuse of not to do exercise, like do a workout or anything. But I was just like, no, I promised myself I was going to do it. I'm doing it.
Good work. Good work. Well, awesome team. I love that. Thank you for listening to me tonight. And yeah, I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. I don't think I'll do Sundays again, but we'll stick to Monday. So I'll see you all there on Monday. All good?
Yep.
Good as gold. Cool.
All right, cool. Thanks, team. See you then. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.